There's the obligatory windmill and tulips and interstate noise. Couldn't live without it. This ground really wants to return to its original condition. Very, very wet. This is the trail. And there's the river. That's 94. I mean, probably 250,000 people every day, minimum, fly over this, not even knowing this river is down here. This river that gives this region its name. So if I were to continue on that way, which I could, hop a few things, I'm not going to do that today, but eventually I would come back to the riverfront park where we were just at. I think it's about like 2.5 miles as the crow would fly to the southeast. It's intense down here. You know, you have this river. I just saw a blue heron as well, and then the noise of the highway back there is just, yeah. These lines between civilization and the wild, I heard it described recently as a thin permeable membrane. And I think that's a pretty good way to put it. How'd you like to have the Little Calumet in your backyard like that? Maybe not the highway. I had to walk a bit away from that park before I started recording again. It's just so loud, you know, so jarring. So when I pulled into the park, this is ironically appropriate, it reeked of onions and it made me very hungry. But appropriate because, well, first, Chicago, the word is a derivation of the Miami word for wild onion. And second of all, because we're in South Holland, which was known as the onion set capital of the world for a while. All those Dutch farmers really excelled at growing onions out here. So it just made me hungry. History made me hungry. South Holland was a farming community, really up for the first half of the 20th century. And then in mid-century, huge population jump. I think from like, you know, maybe 1,000 to 15,000. And if you're catching the residential architecture in the background of this video here, you can kind of pinpoint when these homes were built. I had a few students when I taught in Chicago that lived down this way. They always called it Mayberry. And most of them really liked it. It was quiet. You know, they'd come from noisy, dirty, crime-ridden urban neighborhoods down to here, so they liked it. I had one student, though, he said he was always getting ticketed for not mowing his lawn sufficiently enough, so. Well, I was hoping we could get a better view of the river from here because it's called Riverview Park. As you can see, there's a fence, which makes sense because there's a children's playground here. But I wanted to try to get a view of the north bank of the river, which was the site of believed to be an important ceremonial site for the native peoples who were here before the Europeans. So I think I'm going to head back to the car and just drive over to the other side to Dolton. It's spelled Dolton, but it's pronounced Dolton. You got to really hit that Dolton too. All right, let's head off. Yeah, so I'm on the north bank of the river here, and again, it's fenced off back there, can't get in, but this was the site of an archaeological study done in the late 1950s. It's called the Anker Site. I don't know why they use that particular name. It has nothing to do with the people who lived here, but a lot of fascinating finds. believed to be a ceremonial site. So I don't believe any carbon dating was done of the site, but it's believed that it was a settlement here in the 15th and 16th century. So before Europeans made their way through, and believed to be the ancestors of the Miami people. Right there in the middle. See how close I can get. Ooh, beautiful. Not afraid at all. There's his mate. There's two of them. Two males. Look at that. 2 bucks. Very cool. Well, I'm at the Kickapoo Woods now, which is a Cook County Forest Preserve, just off Halstead. So I'm about 4.5, 5 miles northwest of the last place we stopped at, the Anker Site in Dolton. And yeah, the Little Calumet sort of makes that diagonal movement up before it starts making that hairpin turn around Blue Island. So hey, get a little look at the, as I almost sublux my ankle on a branch, get a look at the river here. The sun is right in front of me right now, so any other angle but this is just going to be a ton of light glare. The river is a lot more open here. I have not seen any log jams. The current's pretty good. Looks like it'd be pretty easy paddling through here. I don't know if it'd be particularly scenic. A lot of erosion, and then you have a lot of development right up to it. But this part here gets a bit more natural. It continues on through what's called the Calumet Woods, another Cook County Forest Preserve, and then makes that bend around, which I'm gonna go check out in just a little bit. Try to get another angle of the river here without sun glare. That's the boat launch right there. Where's this gust of wind? I was about to say it's a really nice day and this gust of wind comes through, but it's warming up. It's hit the mid 40s. Some forecasts said it was going to hit the mid to high 50s today. I don't know about that, but beautiful day. Starting to get a little hazier up, but we had some brilliant sun earlier this morning, so really thankful for that and glad to be outdoors as always. I don't think I've driven on as many frontage roads as I have today. I mean, this is really something. But again, just like I said in the earliest videos, you know, what wilderness there is just tucked away, usually right next to these transportation corridors, you know, built on top of natural throughways. So I am at the Calumet Woods right now. I'm just gonna peek out and see if we can get a little peek at the river here. I tell you what, if you are a train spotting nerd, this is a great place. There's like 3 lines converging, you know, these highways, very busy over here. Well, no luck finding access to the river out here, and there was some Forest Preserve workers taking a nap in their truck, so I figured I'll let them be rather than be traipsing around through the woods out here. All right, next site. Where to?